Most of us know bits and pieces about the man and his art, but likely don't have the full picture. Hello dears, welcome again. Today I want to talk about 10 fascinating facts about Vincent van Gogh and his famous Starry Night painting. Subscribe, like, comment and share the video. Okay, let's start. If you were to ask people to name famous paintings, Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night would surely be among the top answers. The swirling blue and yellow sky is one of the most recognizable work of the Western art, and Van Gogh is household name even among people who aren't big art connoisseurs. Most of us know a little bit about Van Gogh due to the dramatic story of him cutting off his own ear, but there is also a lot of lore and legend ringing in accuracy about the man and his art, so it's worth doing a dive into some true fascinating facts about both. The first one, Van Gogh didn't start painting until his late 20th century and only painted for a decade. For such as a famous artist, Van Gogh didn't paint for very long. He didn't seriously begin painting until around age 27, but he dedicated himself fully to his art until he died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the chest at age 37. Still, his prolific talent was legendary, as he created some 900 paintings and over 2,000 pieces of art overall during his decade of work. He just began being recognized for his artist talents when he died, and most of his famous paintings were created in his final 2 years of life. Number 2. Van Gogh spent time in a mental institution, but it wasn't your typical asylum experience. In 1889, Van Gogh was admitted in a mental asylum outside Saint-Remy, France. But unlike the overcrowded public mental institutions in large cities, the small asylum only had 41 patients and was run by a progressive doctor who believed in treating mentally ill people with kindness and understanding. Art and nature were seen as healing, and doctors quickly realized that Van Gogh wouldn't survive if he didn't have the freedom to paint and create. He spent all of his waking hours painting and created many of his most well-known works, including the Starry Night, while gazing out his buried asylum window at the beautiful countryside dotted with olive groves and vineyards, or wandering the purposefully planted gardens. 3. Most of the time, he was perfectly lucid and rational. Today, Van Gogh would likely be diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and his behavior during manic episodes, like cutting his own ear and giving it in a purposive, have planted in pupils' minds a picture of Van Gogh as a crazy lunatic. However, he was actually lucid and rational most of the time. Not only that, but he was intelligent and extremely well-read, spoke 4 languages, and had lifelong friends as well as a close relationship with his brother and sister-in-law. The history defining year incident was not his usual modus operandi. In fact, the video notes that he was probably the sanest patient at Saint-Remy. Number 4. Van Gogh's brother Theo was his biggest support. Throughout his life, Van Gogh's younger brother Theo supported him in every way, financially, emotionally, and artistically. An art dealer himself, Theo encouraged his brother to develop his painting skills, Theo paid for Vincent's treatments at his asylum and was also the one who insisted he be able to paint there. Much of what we know about Van Gogh comes from letters he wrote to Theo, and the two shared a close bond. Theo was with Vincent when he died, 2 days after shooting himself in the chest. Theo, who also had syphilis, would die just 6 months later from the effects of the disease. Number 5. Van Gogh's The Starry Night was influenced by Japanese art. Like many of his Western colleagues at the time, Van Gogh was influenced by art from Japan, and many of his paintings reflect elements of Japanese prints. He was an admirer of Hokusai's The Great Wave of Kanagawa, and it's not a stretch to see how it may have inspired the silver pattern and blue colors of the Starry Night. Okay guys, this video have part 2. Subscribe, like, comment and share the video. And waiting for the part 2. Up to next video, goodbye.